I never forget putting that ad out, not knowing what was going to happen. I had 13 pickups in one day. And
Mm.
that's when I was like, I got to create a website.
As far as sourcing, when you first got started, where's the best place to kind of get materials?
People sleep on this app, and I'm going to keep saying it until the day I die.
Next
Nextdoor.
door. Yeah.
Yes. Like, I
Yeah.
still, matter of fact, I got messages I got to go over there and check now. I don't be on the app like I used to because it's kind of gone to more, everybody wants to complain, everybody wants money type thing. You know how these apps end up
Oh
being,
man,
but
it's a bunch of Karens on the app.
it turned into a Facebook. I'm like, see, I ain't came here for that. So I try to check it every now and then, but I get the notifications to let me know. But I went on there. And the one thing about community, especially those that I'm in a community where they care about the environment. Like these are some people who don't like to litter. They care about properly taking care of stuff. So when I dropped that ad on Nextdoor, I never forget putting that ad out, not knowing what was going to happen. I had 13 pickups in one day. And
Mm.
that's when I was like, I got to create a website. And to be honest with you, Coco the Geek was just like a nickname that I gave myself
Uh-huh.
because I was just like a geek into audio and music stuff at the time. And people kept thinking it was a company. They would never refer to me. They was like, I don't know if y'all, I don't know if your company, they just kept saying that. And I never presented it myself as a company. I was like, you know what?
Right.
That's the name of the company. Because I remember I was like, I don't want a company with e-waste recycling or nothing in it. That way, if I ever need to transition, the name will make sense. Like
Yeah.
Coco the Geek can stand for anything.
Right, right.
But everybody knows me in the city, like, yo, you go to her for audio and music stuff. Like everybody knows when you need something like that, you
Sure.
come to, even the music stores come to me. That's just what it is. So it was just like, wow. So yep.
Well, as far as when you first got started, what is some best advice you can get to people getting started? What's the first thing that you should do?
Well, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is be prepared. Once I realized that people were down for this, I created a website.
Hmm.
The website is important because now you have a central location where
Hmm.
people can meet with you and connect, and you can stay organized. Because once those pickups start coming in, it can get very discombobulated and get all out of whack if you don't have it structured and organized. So I know people may be like, well, I can't afford a website right now. At least have an email that is dedicated just to that, not your personal email. Go create. If you can't do a website, create a Gmail account that's specifically dedicated to that part of the business.
Right.
Put an ad on. I would recommend Nextdoor because it's more personal. Like there are people that are in my neighborhood. Even though they stay right next to me, they're still booking on my website. So it's like when you get on Nextdoor, you're able to work with the people in your neighborhood. And if you do a good job, they're going to leave you reviews, which is then going to allow you to start building up your brand. Once you get to a point where you are generating income or you have the money to invest, you have to get a website. For me, I started off with the email and then I was putting everything on a calendar, but then I realized I'm having to do too much work. I'm picking up this stuff for free. So I have to find a system that allows me to still get these customers and make it easy. So what I did after that was once I created the website, I have my booking system within my website. I never want to send my client to a third party site to do
Right.
business with me. Everything needs to stay on the website and be as one so they can book on my website. Also, another thing I did is I only allow my clients to pick one time, and that's 9 o'clock. I'm
Okay.
on a route. Because you think about it, when you have like Georgia Power or somebody like come service you, they
Mm.
never give you an exact time. They
Right,
say we come between 9 to 12, right?
right, right.
Everybody's fine with that. Nobody complains. So I tell people, you go on and schedule, you can only pick one time, which is 9. Pickup start at 9 o'clock and continue until we're done on the route. I have an actual app I use called Road Warrior, which
Okay.
is another great thing. If you are somebody that do a lot of pickups, Road Warrior will allow you to go in a loop and not be driving all over.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I use that to put all my addresses in and it creates my route. When I'm finished, I hit complete. It opens up the next route in the map so I can go on to the next location. And I basically have it set up so I can do a 360. So I'm not going backtracking because,
Smart.
again, we're doing this for free. So we got to make sure that we're trying to save as much resources as we can so we don't have a high overhead.
Yeah.
So
So
that's just,
do you charge for any item at all, or do you just say no to some items?
I don't charge for anything. I say no. I don't take TVs. I used to take that stuff, but when I realized I'm not able to offset it like I want to, I have to say no.
But and people still book with you, so they may have a TV they really need to get rid of, so they're not canceling on you because you don't take TVs.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
No.
They just be like, oh, I'll just take that to charm, but I want to give you this stuff. And the reason why they want to give the stuff to me is because they see what I do.
Mm.
I show people behind the scenes. You can go on my YouTube and see me repairing this stuff. I post stuff on my Instagram all the time. So I let people in on exactly what I do. I focus on the end result of their product. I do want people to repair. I try to convince people also not to just recycle, to donate if they can. If they have stuff that works, it's another thing I've been pushing too is you have items that work. Not all recyclers are the same. Some recyclers, they don't have no intentions of reselling, refurbishing. They gonna throw that in a Gaylord and ship it off to somebody else. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that we have to work on, Matt, is just educating our clients. Because once you educate them, they're gonna tell somebody else. It's the domino effect. So
Yeah.
it's every client we get, every client that I talk to, I educate them on why they need to do this, how to do this, and where to go. And when they're having problems with their stuff, giving them tips to help save their stuff. Like I made a post the other day telling people if you have electronics that use batteries, but it's an item that you don't use a lot, take the batteries out. Because if you leave them in, you're going to deal with corrosion, just stuff like that.
Right.
To really help educate and be a resource. At the end of the day, Matthew, we have to be a resource. I don't even look at myself as just, oh, I'm a recycling company. I look at myself as I'm a community resource. I'm not a nonprofit, I'm a for-profit, but I am for the community. I am here so we can get to a point where people can understand the importance of not throwing stuff out. Because
Right.
people really don't get it. They don't care because they feel like, well, it ain't affecting me if I throw it out, but it really is. You just don't realize it. Man, I get like I eat, sleep, and breathe this. I love what I do. I really do.
What is the hardest lesson you've learned so far in the business?
The hardest lesson I had to learn was you cannot say yes to everything.
Okay.
You have to have the willpower to say no, because me saying yes in the beginning caused me a lot of financial setbacks.
That makes sense.
Don't be afraid, because a lot of times we're afraid to lose those clients. So we just say yes so we can get that client. But you have to understand you got to be able to know when to say no.